Hey everybody, welcome to the Inimitable podcast. I am your host, Jermaine Harrison. I am a licensed mental health counselor, mentor, visionary, transitional life coach, but more importantly, I am a neurospicy black sheep. Inimitable means something that is so unique it is impossible to duplicate. This pod is for the neurospicy who are building mental wealth without a blueprint. Every guest here, we're going to talk about some of those topics that other people don't want to talk about, but we're going to talk about it, whether it be about motherhood, Black men, whether it be about joining the force and being a mental health advocate. Either way, we're going to talk about it. So, with that being said, thank you for coming. And if you're here, it's because God needed you here. I hope you enjoy this episode, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hello. Oh, wait. You need to see me first, not the screen. There we go. Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is really hot. My apologies on being 3 minutes late. I had to get some water for me and this lovely pup of mine. Yeah, but here we are. How's everybody doing? You know how I do. I give people some time to come on in the room. I give time for people to share, because we're going to be talking about breadcrumbing. Now, we're definitely talking about breadcrumbing in terms of the actual breadcrumbing definition and terminology. But, in true preacher fashion, we're going to take a term that's meant in one area and we're going to scoot it on over to another area because breadcrumbing, thank you, Darren. Breadcrumbing is a heavy topic. It's really about like when you're settling for less, knowing you deserve more. But you know that phrase, sometimes something is better than nothing. Yeah. So we get stuck in those things, and that's not just relationships. That's professionally, relationally, mentally, emotionally, personally, spiritually, all of the lilies, So we're going to talk about it today. If you know anyone that needs to be watching this, share it on your YouTube, on your Instagram, Facebook, all the things, because this is going to be a good topic. This is going to be a good combo. So if you're ready, I'm ready. I do have a video that I'm going to be sharing. I have a video. It's about, it is 7 minutes long. And don't worry, it's not one of those AI generated. It's an actual person talking because I want him to introduce kind of what is breadcrumbing, but in a different way. So he's talking about avoidant breadcrumbing and how it damages the brain. And I'm going to let him tell it. And then after the video, I'm going to come back and then we're going to have a nice little chit chat. And you know me, I love when people are in the comments and y'all are talking to me, because usually I have a guest with me. I'm going to start bringing the guests back because I need, participation and conversation. I'm a conversationalist. I may be introverted, but I'm a conversationalist, So be in the comment section if you have any questions, comments. If you're sitting in the room with somebody and they're like, what is Jermaine talking about? Let's write. Let's talk. Okay? This is a conversation. This isn't me dictating anything or making just a simple presentation. Conversation. All right? Are y'all ready for the video? Video.
Avoidant breadcrumbing doesn't just give you anxiety. It has negative impacts on your brain, physiological impacts. It turns you into an addict. You become addicted to the breadcrumbs. And the concept behind this, which is proven science, is intermittent reinforcement, meaning When you get something positive, you get some sort of reward that gives you that dopamine fix, but you only get it intermittently, meaning once in a while, not all the time, not consistently, once every handful of times. It creates an addiction, and you become addicted to those breadcrumbs. Breadcrumbing is when a person gives you just enough affection, just enough attention to keep you on the hook, to prevent you from walking away, to keep you validating them, but not enough to be actually satisfying, not enough to meet your needs in any fulfilling way. They can breadcrumb while you're still in the relationship. It could look like, occasionally spending time together, occasionally saying something sweet and nice, but then disappearing for days, refusing to commit, a prolonged situationship, for example, or after they break up with you, after they discard you, reaching out, telling you they miss you, or maybe meeting up and hooking up with you, but then disappearing again for days, liking your social media posts, occasionally texting you, just little bits here and there, and you become hooked. Because every time that they breadcrumb you, it comes with a dopamine rush, a euphoria. Your brain is loving it. Your needs are getting met in that moment, but then it's taken away. And that creates anxiety because when your needs are met, your brain is being trained that they're about to be taken away, which creates attachment anxiety. But it keeps you addicted to the breadcrumbs because when you're on those lows and the needs aren't being met, your psychological mind is craving those breadcrumbs again. It is chasing the highs rather than recognizing how unhealthy and toxic this is. It's the same principle that applies towards any kind of addiction, like a drug addiction, for example. You take the drug, you get high, it's euphoria, your needs are being met. But then when you come down off the drug, those needs are being taken away. So you seek the drug again to get your needs met. Same principle comes to any addiction. It could be gambling. Oh, when you're winning, your needs are getting met. You feel great. But then when you lose, it's a low, your needs aren't being met, and it's taken away. And that is intermittent reinforcement. Needs are met sometimes, taken away others. The same psychological principle is proven to work in animals. There was a study done on rats, for example, where they proved that a rat will chase intermittent reinforcement when it comes to a food reward. Or dogs, for example. If you teach a dog to do a trick and you give it a treat, a reward, every time it does the trick, it will actually quickly lose interest in doing the trick. But if you give it a treat only every handful of times it does the trick, it'll do that trick all day long because of that intermittent reinforcement. When it doesn't know when its needs are going to be met, but it knows they get met sometimes, it will chase that treat, chase that reward. The same principle happens when the avoidant is breadcrumbing you. You know that your needs are not consistently getting met, but you're chasing it because when they get met, it feels so good. And it actually rewires your brain. It actually turns you into an addict. It has the same impact that another type of addiction, whether it's drugs or gambling or adult content addictions, it rewires your brain to be an addict brain. But the good news is the brain has amazing neuroplasticity and it can be rewired and new pathways can form to heal and overwrite those old pathways. But in order to do that, you have to cut the addiction. If this person is breadcrumbing you and they're being inconsistent and they're only giving you little bits here and there, you don't have to accept that. You can cut off that addiction, end it, hold boundaries. Boundaries being your limits of what you'll allow, what you won't allow, what you want, what you don't want, what you need, what you don't need, and what you'll tolerate. You can't control the other person. The boundaries are not about controlling the other person. They are about controlling what you will subject yourself to, what you will allow, your limits. And if you've decided that being breadcrumbed is outside of your tolerable limits, then cut it off. Hold that boundary with yourself, block them, remove access to you. They don't deserve access to you because they are not treating you well. They are breadcrumbing you for their own selfish purposes. They want your validation. They want to know that you're an available option. This is a person that's emotionally unavailable. They are not empathizing with you. A person that is emotionally healthy and emotionally available does not breadcrumb somebody because they know that is not nice. It's not kind. There's no empathy in breadcrumbing. It's selfish. Any person with any kind of self-awareness and empathy for others wouldn't do it because they know it creates anxiety and it really hurts the person that they're breadcrumbing. But the selfish, emotionally unavailable person, the avoidant that does it, is only thinking of themselves. They're not thinking of you. So cut off access. Cut that addiction cold turkey, full stop, end it.
Got you got the point, right? Sometimes we stay in things because we're addicted to the reinforcements. It's a thing, right? Like our brain loves reinforcements. It does. Addiction, that's where addictions come from. It's like, ooh, I got a little benefit from that thing that we done did right there. So let's keep doing it because I like it. So that's a little short clip of the video. Again, we're going to get in the conversation. Y'all be in the comment section. Say hey, drop a comment, drop a question, whatever it is. Because, like I said, in true preacher fashion, we're going to do the literal conversation of what breadcrumbing is. And then we're also going to make it applicable to another few areas of your life. Excuse me. Because that's what we're here for. So, in case you missed the definition, or maybe he said it, but you weren't really paying attention. So basically what breadcrumbing is, it's stringing someone along with small little nuggets of like communication and attention and affection, but there's no intention on fully committing, right? So it's like you get enough attention, it keeps you around, they know it keeps you around, you keep going back to it, and then you're like, hold on, but like you're not even committing. So like, why are we still doing it? Well, that's a good question. Thank you for asking. I'm going to answer that for you. So as he was saying, right, like we both gain something from it. Us and the people that are doing the breadcrumbing, we get something from it. If I'm going to use me as an example, I have been breadcrumbed plenty of times in my life. Okay. Maybe even currently, who knows? But what I will say is that there are times when we are very insecure as humans. We struggle with like the ability to own the fact that we deserve better or we deserve more, either because we never got it, we were invalidated growing up, we never quite had the love and attention and affection as we were supposed to growing up. So then we're just like, again, something's better than nothing, right? False. That is a false statement, y'all. Don't be settling for anything. That sounds crazy. So we find ourselves in these kind of relationships, whether romantically, professionally, whatever, because we don't realize that we deserve better, and we settle. We end up settling, y'all. Settling is a problem. Now, something that we have to realize is that there's something broken in us that allows this person or these people or the systems, the government, even to breadcrumb the mess out of us. And we allow it in a sense because we don't necessarily come against it, right? So the painful truth is that we have something in us that we allow the people, the person, the thing to just kind of take advantage of us, right? And there's this infamous saying that people only do to us what we allow them to do. That is facts, right? My mama, love her, always used to give me like these little nuggets of information. You know how Black mamas are. And she would always remind me like, Jermaine, you're Harrison. You deserve better. Clock that, okay? You're my kid. You deserve better. So act like it. You know what I mean? Dress like it. Walk like it. Talk like it. Like you represent somebody else. And I was like, all right, whatever that means. Okay. But that always kind of sat with me. And I had an uncle who definitely showed up for the fact that, my father wasn't there. And he would definitely be like, I'm going to tell you you're beautiful. So that when some little boy comes around and says you're beautiful, that's not the first time you heard it. And I'm appreciative of that because one, I didn't think I was beautiful because I went from being like mad skinny, like I was skinny to this in the course of like 2 years. And I was like, ew, that's so ugly. Like I'm ugly. I felt like I was a little toothpick before. Now I feel like a ham hock. out here looking crazy, you know? But I had someone who told me regularly that I was beautiful. It's like, oh, okay. So when other dudes, because you know how guys are, they be like, oh, what's up, gorgeous? What's up, beautiful? And all the things. And it's like, all right, bro, cool, right? But there was still a little bit of part of me that didn't believe I was beautiful or didn't believe that I deserved better. So the breadcrumbing, and let me tell you what breadcrumbing looks like. It doesn't start off as breadcrumbing, right? Neither does abuse, physical, sexual, verbal. It doesn't start as abuse. It starts as love bombing, doing all the things. Oh my God, you're so beautiful. Oh my God, I love you. Oh my God, you're just everything. And I'm going to shower you with gifts and I'm going to take you out on dates and I'm going to do all the affectionate things because that's how they like reel you in, right? What they call it, bait, hook, reel, something like that. Anyway, that's how they get you. Once they got you, they're like, okay, she's a little insecure or he's a little insecure. Women breadcrumb too. Just want to put that out there. Women, I think sometimes women breadcrumb really bad. But again, things are very gender specific, unfortunately, as they want to put it out there. Women breadcrumb heavily. Because trust me, I got some male friends and they be like, these females be out here trying to give all of the attention and all the feels and have no intention on actually being with me. They just got a free meal out of it. Or they got a free meal and something else and had no intention on, you know, being with me. I've heard it on both sides. So both genders are very capable of breadcrumbing. Make that known. But yeah, there's some insecurity that the other person realizes and they play with that heavily. So for me, it was just kind of like I was tired of being single all the time. I'm tired of not having things. So I'm like, you know what? Fine. If it's attention, okay. All attention ain't good attention, y'all. That's for my young people. That's for my older people. That's for everybody. Some attention, not all attention is good attention, right? But again, all of these narratives we create in our brain, that's why breadcrumbing continues. Because it's like, oh, okay, they want to give me something. I'm okay if it's not commitment because, you know, I don't even know if I'm ready for a commitment. So I'm going to just, and it's like, no, child, you lying to yourself. Trust me, I'm telling you from personal experience, I lied to myself. I was like, it's fine. I don't even really attracted to this person, or it's fine. And it's like, girl, shame the devil and quit lying, because that is not the case, right? But breadcrumbing, it continues because something broken in me remains broken. And on the surface, it looks like homeboy is healing it, or the thing is healing it. It's like, no, it ain't. If anything, it is covering it up while it digs something deeper underneath the surface. Ooh, that's good. Yeah. Sorry. Hey, when God drops it, it's like you got to catch it and it's real good. Anyway, and then I know a lot of people like, Jermaine, why are you talking about breadcrumbing? We were just talking about being prepared for more and getting consistent so that you can be aligned with whatever this purpose is. I'm saying this because I'm learning in real time. Okay. There's going to be a lot of opportunities that are given to us and it looks good. It's shiny. It looks the thing that we've been asking for. If we don't have good discernment and if we're not careful, it'll give us the breadcrumbs and make it think like it's the thing, but it's not really the thing. It's really a counterfeit. And then we find ourselves in some trouble. Okay. Now, I'm not just saying this relationally. I'm saying this is for me personally, professionally, and relationally. You know, there's a lot of situations where I have found myself in, and I felt like, dang, Jermaine, like, you're better than this kid. Like, come on. Yes, I am. But because I didn't believe it and because I wasn't acting like it, breadcrumbing behaviors I have allowed, right? So my aim in anything that I do is to see people heal. Individuals, couples, families, communities. I want to see people heal. And the unfortunate part is that there's a lot of people who are allowing breadcrumbing to be a part of their norm. Like the guy was saying in the video before, We become so addicted to reinforcement and so addicted to validation and so addicted to all of these things that we tell ourselves, this is okay. I'm okay with it. And it's like, no, don't settle, y'all. We deserve better. Especially from my brown folk. Hey, how y'all doing? We deserve better. Don't let society make you feel like this is as good as it gets. This whole glass ceiling effect, I learned it, what year was that? 2013, 2012. We were talking about the injustices for females in the workforce, right? Because women, no matter if we do get a CEO position, there's a glass ceiling where we still will have to answer to some male somewhere down the line somewhere, and we still will not make the same amount as our male counterparts. Now, if you are a Black female, that ceiling, that glass ceiling is real thick, okay? Because we are elevating selves and we're doing the thing, but we still don't make, even our Black male counterparts, we're still not making the same amounts that they are, just for the mere fact that they are men, okay? So it's a thing, right? And we settle because like, oh, maybe this is the best I'm going to get. This is the best I can go. I'm not that great at blah, 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 blah. So I'll take right here. And it's like, y'all, we need to stop settling, okay? I had plenty of conversations. I feel like this week alone, and it's only Thursday, about a lot of people who feel like their jobs are breadcrumbing them. Like, oh, here's a little bonus, 32 cents. Like, what's that supposed to do? Oh, thank you. I'm supposed to be thankful for the 32 cents. Even though y'all work me like a dog, but thank you for the 32 cents. Or thank you for that $1,000 or $500 bonus. But I'm still working 40 plus hours. But thank you for recognizing that I needed 32 more cents an hour. You know, it's stuff like that where we don't realize like breadcrumbing is literally a part of our everyday life. We want more. Oh, thanks, T. She's on Instagram. Yeah, transparency, girl. We gotta. Anyway, and it's really difficult to find yourself in a place where you know you deserve more, but you don't quite know how to get it. You're kind of like stuck in this cage or like prison cell or like limitations, like limiting beliefs. Can we take a nice little pause, put a pin there and talk about limiting beliefs? This is insane. And y'all be in the comment section and say hey to me, let's chit chat. But again, transparent moment. When we think about ourselves, I think we only think and consider ourselves based off of where we are now, the knowledge we have now, the experiences we have now. Great. That's good. One of the people that really get on my nerves are the ones that say, I'm a realist. I think we all are. Some of us do live in, Delulu land. I used to live there. I used to have a whole address, a P.O. box, a bank, okay, in Delulu land. But I think we all can recognize the reality that life is, right? I just think there's some of us who are able to look beyond the reality of current moment. Like I have constant conversations with people where it's like, this is where I am now. I have to have this conversation with me today. Y'all, Jermaine crashed out this morning, afternoon. Yep, I had a whole crash out. I did. Because mentally, spiritually, emotionally, I reached a breaking point. I crashed out. Now, luckily, it was like for 5 minutes. It was in the safety of my own home. Nobody was hurt. Nothing happened. Nothing major happened, but I did have a crash out. Not even gonna lie. And I have this limiting belief where it's just like, this is where I'm at right now. Is it gonna get better? I feel like I've been in the same spot forever. For a year, I feel like I have been stuck in the same spot until I had conversations with myself, with some really good friends that helped me to realize, like, girl, you are not the same person you were a year ago. Financially, you might still be struggling. Mentally, emotionally, you might be struggling, but girl, the difference in the Jermaine today than the Jermaine a year ago, keep going. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay. But we all find ourselves in those places of like, this is only as far as I'm gonna go. This is only as good as it's gonna get. Oh, y'all are in the comment section. Hey, best friend. My dad said, be cautious and wise when seeking validation. Yes, sir. Best friend said, yeah, jobs will definitely breadcrumb you. They will give you the extra responsibility, but not the title or facts. Facts, brother man. Facts. Um, and it's so sad. The fact that people think this is okay. Like, I know we live in a very capitalist society. I know there's way more demand than anything that we can possibly give. But it's like, do y'all really think people can live off of the stuff that y'all are giving us? Like, robots and AI are for sure taking money out of our pockets. Certain things that are happening in the government are pulling more money out of our pockets as if we have money to spare. Like, it's crazy. But anyway, despite all of the things that are happening, do not limit yourselves to believe that this is as good as it gets, because that is a false lie. That is a lie straight from the pit, and we throw it back over there. Okay. So, a part of overcoming, I like a good what's that thing called? An acronym. I love a good acronym because I feel like it's easy to remember. In psychology world, there are acronyms for days. DBT got acronyms for days. So, to overcome or to outlive breadcrumbing, I came up with this acronym called raindrop. What does raindrops have to do with any breadcrumbing? Probably nothing. But you know what? Like I said, I like a good acronym, and raindrop is what came up as I was writing stuff out. So the first R in overcoming and outliving breadcrumbing is a refusal to settle. Okay. If you want to put that in the comment section, that'd be great. Be my note takers for the people who are going to watch this on rebroadcast. The first R in raindrop is for refusing to settle. I like to use this analogy. I use a lot of analogies when I'm doing anything that I do, teaching, preaching, counseling, consulting, training, whatever it is that I'm doing. You're going to get a metaphor or an analogy. I like to say it like this, right? Some of us are out here living like we're McDonald's. Anybody and everybody has access to McDonald's. You ain't got to dress a certain way. You don't have to look a certain. Go in there, get you your McDouble and your McChicken and your Sprite, because their Sprite is bomb, and a medium fry. Go in, live your best life, do what you got to do. Everyone has access to McDonald's. There used to be a dollar menu. There isn't anymore. You know, inflation. Love it. But then there's some of us who are really 5-star restaurants, like Maestro's for my Boston folk. That's on the seaport, real expensive. I had two people that were like, "Ooh, I'm gonna have my birthday party there," and I was like, I think the cheapest thing on the menu was like a salad, and that salad was still like $13. And I was like, "Y'all, give me some water, and I'm gonna chew on some breadsticks." Cause anyway. Some of us are like Maestros or like a real 5-star restaurant, acting like McDonald's, right? Everyone can go to these 5-star restaurants, and you surely cannot just walk in there looking any type of way. You got to at least have on a decent pair of clothes and some decent shoes before you walk in there. Why? Because the standard, they're like, this is a good quality restaurant. You're going to get a great quality. Therefore, look like great quality. Okay? Some of us have the life of Maestros, but we walking around like McDonald's. Because somebody somewhere told us you ain't never gonna be nothing but McDonald's. So stay at the McDonald's level. Parents, bullies, family members, exes, friends, frenemies. Somebody somewhere told you you are always and never will amount to anything other than McDonald's. I had a former friend, and when I say she spoke such negativity and death over my life, I had to heal from that because I'm like, yo, we were tight. We were like best friends, man. And this is how you talk about me because you're mad because whatever. Insane, right? Believe that you are maestros and stop settling. Raise your standard. A lot of us lower our standard because we lower expectations because we can't trust people, other reasons, right? So our expectations and our standards are down here. Bump that bad boy up. Okay? The right people will come up here. The right things will come up here. If you keep lowering it, don't be mad when you get a little bit of everything knocking at your door. Right? So the first R in raindrop and overcoming and outliving breadcrumbing is refusing to settle. The A is acknowledge what is broken from within. Okay? And when I say that, like I said before, sometimes this stuff is continuing because of how we view ourselves, because of the relationship we have with ourselves, because what we believe about ourselves. You have to acknowledge this is broken. I had to realize I have a huge gap. Okay. I have a father wound. I have a male wound in general because my brother, my big brother, no longer here, missed the mess out of him. So like I just saw men existing in my world and then they're gone. And so now there's like this huge gaping freaking wound there. And for years I'm just like, oh, we'll just have someone patch over it. We'll just keep throwing people in there. And it's like, no. That's not how that works. And because I had that wound, let me tell you I had a little bit of everything. Okay. Quite literally a little bit of everything. And I'm just like, is this my life? Like, is this what it's going to be? Are these the kind of men that are attracted to me? It's like, no, that's the kind of men that are attracted to that broken thing in you. Heal, get better, elevate yourself, sissy poo, and then the right ones will come, right? So I had to acknowledge that. I had to name it so I can fix it. Okay. A lot of people, especially in the church world, like, don't name it. Because if you name it, you got to claim it. It's like, or naming it it points to the area that needs to be fixed. Okay. Like that scripture that talks about we're so heavenly bound that we're no earthly good. That's real. Y'all, it happens. I can't just keep praying like, Lord, heal this thing. And he's like, heal what? Your body, your mind, your heart, your relationships, your limiting beliefs. What am I healing? Right? You got to make your request known, make it very specific. Like, Lord, I need help with how I view myself because I'm out here settling and being breadcrumbed by everything in all areas of my life. And it's because I don't see myself as being better. That he'd be like, I can do that. I mean, he can do anything. He's God, right? But when you give him a specific area, like, Lord, this is where I'm failing at. This is where I'm faulting. This is where my life is crashing right here. Can you do this? Yes, I can. Okay. So, raindrop. We are overcoming and outliving breadcrumbing. The R, refusing to settle. A, acknowledging what's broken. I, improve the relationship with yourself. I just alluded to that before. I was talking to my client about that, I think yesterday. This whole dating yourself thing, that's real, y'all. You gotta know who you are, man. You gotta know who you are, what you are, where you're going, what you're striving for. You got to know. Because let me tell you, God doesn't heal the version of you that you pretend to be. He heals who you actually are. Even the enemy doesn't attack who you pretend to be. He attacks who you really are. Okay? So with that being said, you got to know who you are. You got to learn to love yourself. You got to learn to embrace yourself. You got to learn to appreciate yourself. You got to improve self and how you view yourself. Those limiting beliefs, like I said, those are real. Negative self-perceptions, right? Me and my friend were talking about that before, like earlier today, about like body image. When it's like, oh my God, I'm so fat. And it's like, no, you ain't. You fat now. You were fat before. And it's like that negative body image, right? We also have that internally. Sometimes we're looking at ourselves like, yo, you jacked up. You are a broken piece of work. You are a failure. You are horrible. You are just scum. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, let me help y'all out. Most of the time, what that is we internalize words that were spoken over us or to us. Those aren't even our words. We adopted them as our own. And now the words of the ex, of the parent, of the bully, of the former friend, of all these things, they have now become your own language. That is dangerous. That's why we got to learn how to process so we can separate. This is me, this is them. I did this, I feel this, I said this about myself. This is what was done to me, this is what was said to me, this is what I internalized. Learn to separate the two, because once we do that, we realize like half of this stuff that I'm tripping over, it ain't even mine. It's stuff that was thrown on me and I have every right to take it off. Right? So, improve your relationship with yourself. Again, raindrop. R, refuse to settle. A, acknowledge what is broken from within. I, improve relationship with self. N, name what you want. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, literally had this conversation with a client earlier today. Many times in life, we know what we don't want. I don't want to be like this no more. I don't want to attract these people no more. I don't want to be in this type of relationship no more. I don't want to keep struggling. Like, okay, now that we know what you don't want, what do you want? And they're like, not that. And it's like, what do you want? In all honesty, I realize this about men. Nobody asks men what they want. They don't. They assume, oh, all men just want this. Because men claim to be simple. They ain't simple. They're really not. They're not as complex as women are, but they are far from simple. Just throwing that out there. Men love you. But no. So people don't ask men what they want. People don't ask certain Black women what they want. They just assume this is what they want. Don't assume you know what I want, because, well, I might be a little predictable in some senses, so you might know what I want. But in other senses, what do you want? I realize a lot of my clients was never really asked that. It was never really given the privilege to actually get what they want, because it's like, I don't care what you want. You don't deserve this. You ain't gonna get it. Da, 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 right? What do you want? Name it. What do you want? I want to be freed from poor self-image. I want to be freed from negative thinking, stinking thinking. I want to be freed from the pains and the fears of my past. I want to be freed from feeling like a failure, feeling like I'll never become something, feeling like the best is behind me and all I have to look forward to is just getting old and dying. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want? Okay? Don't be ashamed to ask for it. I'm a firm believer, and it's probably because, God be spoiling me sometimes. I ask him for everything. It's like, Lord, if I can have babies, because, the doctor's already being like, girl, I don't know if kids is in your future. I'm like, well, we're going to talk to God about that. Thank you for your professional opinion, doc, but we're going to talk to my dad about it. I'm like, God, I don't only want one kid. I want twins. So therefore, if this body can only conceive one time, at least I got two. We good. I've been obsessed with twins since I was like 4, 5. Yeah, love me some twins, right? I'm like, God, can I have some twins? God, this house, this mega house that I want, it's not huge. It ain't nothing crazy. But, everything down to the details. I want pillars. I want a wraparound porch. I want a fire pit in the back. I want a little paved way so that I can have a basketball hoop over there. I want a finished basement. I want a she shed in the back so that I can, create my things. And, my husband can have the man cave downstairs, but he better not think that I'm not going downstairs in the man cave, because quite frankly, I belong in it too. I like sports. Now he better like the Boston sports or we're going to have some problems. Yeah. Anyway, I am very detailed in stuff that I want, right? I love my mama. I'm like, Mom, what do you want? I don't know. Just surprise me. That don't help. You know, I've been trying to buy her gifts for 36 years and everything is like a toss up in the air. Jermaine, what do you want? I want this. I want to get my nails done. I want a massage. I want a facial. I want some new boots. I want a pair of Jordans. I ain't got no pair of J's. Size 10 in women, if you're listening. I ain't never had a pair of J's. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a sneakerhead. I like boots more than sneakers, but I realized, like, yo, my tomboyish side is coming out more again, and I ain't got no kicks. I don't wear sneakers. Anyway, be specific. Name it. Okay. Tangent over. This is why I need y'all to talk to me, because if not, I'm just going to go on tangents and have to circle my way back. Overcoming, outliving, breadcrumbing. Raindrop. That's the acronym. R, refuse to settle. A, acknowledge what's broken. I, improve the relationship within yourself. N, name what you want. D, demand more. My mom used to say, live a life that demands respect. Right? For a while, I was like, ma'am, I don't even know what that means. What she essentially was saying is this. People aren't just naturally going to respect you. As a Black female, as a little kid that I was, that now is like 7 feet tall. Thanks, Dad. Demand respect. And demand it not just by word, but by how you carry yourself, right? You know that golden rule, treat others the way you want to be treated. I treat people with respect, so therefore I demand respect back, right? In this case, demand more. Don't settle. Don't allow yourself to just stay stuck at this level that you're at. Life, one thing about life that is certain is change. Don't nothing stay the same. God is a God of movement. He is always moving. He is always progressing us. He is always trying to push us into new levels and different things, right? If that's how he moves in our life, we got to be okay with the fact that it's like, all right, I'm not going to stay here all the time. I might be at a peak that I think is a peak. And God's like, that's cute. That's your peak for where you are now. 10 years from now, that's going to be like down here. That's going to be like a valley compared to where I'm about to take you, right? Demand more. Work, relationally, friendships, within yourself, how you view yourself, how you carry yourself. Demand more. Okay? We talked about how to make room for more. We talked about how to prepare for more. Now we can be like, I demand it. In my life, I demand more. I'm not settling until I get more. Okay? That's the D. The R in raindrop is resist your norm. This one is big. Okay? We, like the guy was saying in the video, we become so accustomed to certain things that it becomes our norm. If all I know is I deserve little, I'm going to keep getting little. I've learned to function with little. I've learned to live life with bare minimums, and I think I'm doing a great job. Who said that that was it for you? Who said that you had to stay living off of bare minimums? Who said that paycheck to paycheck was your portion? Who said that this is it for you? Who said it? And if it ain't God, who cares what they say? Like, there's always a chance for more, right? It doesn't always matter how hard you're working. Sometimes it doesn't matter who you know or what you know. It's really like, do you trust that God has more for you? Will you receive it? Will you accept it? And will you start acting like it? You know, resist your norm. Some people have a norm like me where I was like, you know what? I'll take whatever I can get because of something. because I was accustomed to having things and things being ripped away from me, it felt like. So I'm like, all right, why would I want something big and great if it's going to leave me anyway? So let me just settle for something down here. It's like, girl, no. Because I have learned, again, actively learning, if I'm going to lose it, that means there's better around the corner for me. And as painful as it has been to lose the things that I have lost, I am realizing, again, actively in real time, I am learning if I have to lose something, that means I'm going to gain something bigger and something better and something that lasts longer than anything than what I had before. And I need to be okay with that. Because it's not like I lose a thing, then 2 days later the replacement comes in. That's not always going to be the case. I'm a year later still waiting for what's this new thing that's going to come. It happens, so resist your norm. Again, we're going down the acronym of raindrop. We got 2 more left. How y'all doing? Y'all all right? Be in the comment section, whether you're watching this live or rebroadcast. I like responding to comments. So first R, refuse to settle. A, acknowledge what's broken. I, improve your relationship with self. N, name what you want. D, demand more. The next R, resist your norm. O, overcome limiting beliefs. Talked about that before. Don't have to go much into detail with that. You deserve more. You deserve to have everything you work so hard for, you dream for, you pray for. You deserve that. And if it's not what you're seeing in front of you, maybe it's not just that God is holding it from you. Maybe he's holding it from you, or maybe you have yet to see it because you're too tethered to what was. You're too tethered to the broken things and the broken ways of thinking and the broken people. We're too tethered to them. And he's like, I want to give it to you. I really do. But you might have some life leeches or vampires that are going to suck it dry before you even get to enjoy it. Right? Again, learning in active time, people. I can't expect God to just release everything that he has promised me if I'm still over here dealing with broken things and people. He's like, if I give it to you, you're going to give it to them and they're going to waste it. Prodigal son energy, bruh. Like, was the inheritance rightfully his? Absolutely. Did he get it before he deserved it? Yes. And as a result, he wasted it within days. It didn't take him months or years, within days. Don't ask for something and get it before it's time, because we are very wasteful people. We got to learn. And again, actively learning, like God is about to take Jermaine to some different stratosphere that I never dreamed of. But if I'm not ready for that, I'm going to ruin, sabotage the whole thing. So as painful as it is, I have to consistently at the end of my day be like, Lord, thank you for not giving it to me too soon. And Jermaine, get it together, sis. Because girl, like I said, we had to crash out today. Hopefully that's the last one. And then we can move on. And finally, in the raindrop is pray, persist, and pursue. Okay? Again, pray about it, y'all. Pray about what it is that you want. Pray about what you hope to get for yourself. Pray about what this thing is in you that keeps allowing breadcrumbing behaviors to exist in your world. Pray about it. And then keep moving. Be persistent. Keep pressing. Keep going. Never stop. Always seek more. Seek better. Heal. Y'all, we need to heal, man. Healing is so important because we're all assigned and attached to a territory. And I don't know if y'all seen that meme of like one fruit that's like molding and decaying away, and it's attached to a healthy one. Slowly but surely that mold starts to shift into the other one. I refuse to be a moldy piece of fruit, negatively impacting those around me. I had a friend today say to me over the phone, she was like, Dre, I don't like when you're miserable. Because when you're miserable, you're miserable. I was like, ain't everybody miserable when they're miserable? She's like, nah, you carry that. And like, that affects other people that you in the room with. And I was like, oh, well, sorry, I guess. I don't know. You know, you realize how influential you are as a person. And you realize, like, when you're off, it throws a lot of people off. I had, again, actively had to learn that. I didn't realize how impactful I was until I'm over here in my little funk, in my little mood, whatever, and it affects the people around me. And I'm like, oh, sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to like freaking live at this point. Like I'm trying to hold it together. I'm trying to be okay. I'm trying to show up as the light and the vibrant person and the person that everybody loves. And y'all, I ain't got it. Some days, most days, I ain't got it. Most days, I really want to just stay in my bed and make it through the day. That sounds very depressing, but it is. It is true. Therapists can be depressed too sometimes. Ministers can be depressed too. Hello, I am both, and I've hit depression. Okay, but God is good, and He gonna keep you. Okay, so pray, persist, pursue. When you know what you want, go after it, man. Like I became unapologetic of things that I'm pursuing, and I realized there were some times I was doing things in a very unhealthy way. If I love something or someone, I'm pursuing it. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going for it because I demand more. I demand it. Now, if those things and people are currently tied up with something else, I gotta respect it. Because listen here, one thing I learned about the Israelites when they went to Canaan, it was very much their promised land. Other people were living in it, but it was theirs. So they had to go in there, pursue, and conquer. Okay. I feel like there's just certain things in my life where I will pursue and conquer just because it's mine and it's promised to be mine, but other things are occupying that area and space right now. Okay. All right. I will wait for further instruction from the Lord. And when I get that, best believe baby girl is pursuing. Okay. Anyway, so the raindrop of overcoming and outliving breadcrumbing. Refuse to settle. Acknowledge what's broken. Improve your relationship with yourself. Name what you want. Demand more. Resist your norm. Overcome limiting beliefs. Pray, pursue, and persist. Okay? That's how we overcome breadcrumbing. Stop settling, y'all. Whether that's, again, relationally, professionally, personally, internally, externally, whatever it is. Stop settling for the breadcrumbs just because it looks good, just because it feels good, just because in the moment it works for you. Temporary fixes are just that, temporary fixes. If you had a broken phone and that thing was dangling, okay, the screen and the phone is just as effective as duct tape might be, it ain't gonna last for long. If you have a broken leg, there's only so much gauze and wrap that you can do. That thing belongs in a cast so that it can heal properly. Okay? Temporary fixes are just that. They're very temporary. They're not meant to last. They're not going to fix the thing. It's going to look fixed. Stop settling for counterfeits, y'all. I have to, again, active time Jermaine is learning. Stop settling for counterfeits. It feels good. It looks good. It's exciting. It's fun. All the things. It releases, helps you to release dopamine and all the things, right? Serotonin. It makes you happy. It's not gonna last because it's not real and it's not yours. You know, so handle yourself with better care. Treat yourself better and believe that there is more for you. Yes, people have bad mouthed you. Yes, you have made mistakes. Yes, there are some failures in life that you're just like, I don't know how I'm going to come back from that. If you are still here, if God wakes you up every morning, if He puts breath in your body, movement in your limbs, that is an opportunity to be better and to do better. Again, I am actively in time struggling with the discipline of pursuing and being persistent, because depression is real, y'all. I don't want to be leaving my bed 90% of the time. And as an entrepreneur, I don't have to. But then you realize like the business will fail and you will lose everything. So yeah, you have to get up. I don't have a 9 to 5. I don't have people telling me like, hey, Jermaine, clock in, clock out. Do what you have to do. This is all on me. And I'm going to tell y'all, real time, most days I don't have it. Most days I'm like, okay. I start school next week and I am terrified. I return back to school in 4 days. I am terrified because I'm like, I don't even know if I have the fortitude to do this. I don't know if I have the discipline enough to wake up every day and sit in front of a computer, read all of the 90 million daggone articles and watch the 17 videos a week that I have to do just to get an A or a B. You know, my GPA is still at a 3 point something, 3.5, 3.6, whatever it is. I thank God for that. I'm scared that I won't be able to maintain it with this life and way I'm living right now. But let me tell you something. Does that make me stop? Not at all. Am I going to quit? Never that. I am too competitive and stubborn to just quit here. Like, I got another year left. I most certainly can be graduating with a doctorate degree in 2027. And who knows what else is going to happen to Jermaine in 2027. She might leave and move to a whole different state or country, the way that this world is going. I don't know. But if I quit here, I won't see what all of the damage and all of the frustration and all of the brokenness and all of the tears and all of the work was for. I won't see it. So every day I wake up like, we're going to figure it out. Every day I'm like, I don't know what to do with myself, Lord. Quite frankly, I don't know. But you allowed me to see this day. I have been 36 for 10 days. 10 days. And I'm just like, I hope 36 is way better than 35. I learned a lot in 35. I thank God for 35. But 36 got to be better. It got to be. 35 was roller coaster. Anyway, moment of transparency, because I'm telling you, I don't want y'all to think that this is just me as a therapist telling y'all how to do stuff out here. I'm living this. These past few episodes, I'm telling you this because I'm living this. Okay? This is what's missing in the church, is like people talking about real-time testimony. Like I'm actively, my pastor had me preach 2 weeks ago. Was it the 3rd? Yeah, right before I left. Was it the 3rd? Yeah, right before I left for my birthday. I couldn't get through that sermon because I was crying the whole time. Because I'm actively telling people, I'm actively pouring my heart out. Like, this is me right now. I don't know. I'm blindly believing God. I am trying every day to show up. I'm crying every day. Literally cried through that whole entire sermon. Because I need people to know real time. This is what healing looks like in real time. This is what overcoming obstacles looks like in real time. This is what overcoming opposition looks like in real time. Okay? So I don't want y'all to think that we don't suffer, because we do. You are anointed, you're going to suffer. You are gifted, you're going to suffer. You are intelligent, you're going to suffer. But I'd rather suffer with the good Lord on my side than without him. Okay? So again, healing, real time. Overcoming in real time. This is real. Okay? I'm not going to cry here. So we're done. I hope you guys learned something. Thanks for watching. Again, whether you're watching this live, rebroadcast, I appreciate you so, so much. If you see this and you're like, ooh, someone can really benefit from it, share it. Thank you. You know, my client was like, oh, I started a podcast and she already got 2,000 views. I was like, love that for you, girl. Love that. I've been doing this for like 3 years. I don't even know if one thing has hit. I don't even think collectively I've hit 2,000 views, but that's okay, because I was taught As I was studying to be a minister, if everything you do improves one life, it was worth it. So I don't need the numbers. The numbers are great. But if everything that I'm doing, every sacrifice I make, if everything here impacts but one person, and that one person lives life and continues and presses forward, for me, it was worth it. So, like I say every week, thanks for coming. I appreciate y'all. Don't click off. The outro video is the same as it has been all week or all the time. There's going to be updates on it periodically. So, just keep watching them because there may be new announcements on them. Either way, happy August, the greatest month of the world. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your summer, the rest of your week. I will come in next week, and who knows, next week I might have someone with me. It is a good place to end because it's 8:04 and my birthday is August 4th. Anyway, bye. Hello, everyone. Jermaine here from A Fighting Chance Counseling Services. Thank you so much for watching the Inimitable podcast. I hope you're enjoying all the episodes, or if this is your first time here, welcome, and I hope you enjoyed it. So this is an announcement for what's coming up from A Fighting Chance Counseling Services. For one, we have this mentoring program called Permission to Soar. I am so excited about this one. This is for people ages 15 to 26. This is really about building a blueprint for success. So we have a vision, goals, strategies, or steps, and then we need some skills to get there. So how do we get from here to start living out our dream? And that's what the focus of Permission to Soar mentoring is. It is individualistic, and then there's also groups just for accountability purposes. And then I have Emerging Healers Academy. This is for people in the mental health field, whether you are straight out of college, maybe on your way out of college, or you've been in the field for a while. You just need some mentorship, a safe space to communicate, share things. And yes, I am still counseling individuals, couples, and families. I would rather be doing group things, but I can also do individual if you're in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. And then if I get licensed in other states, you will know as well. So again, thank you for watching. Check out my website. Go to the Facebook page, Instagram page, all the things, right? And yes, subscribe to YouTube. All right, guys, thank you for joining in, and watch for the flyers. All right, bye.